Hi everyone, welcome back. So today is Oprah. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but Oprah is going to be a hard one for me. I think I've been resisting it. I did myself test it, and she's next on the list. Another 4, she's Aquarius, and I'm nervous about this one because I know there's a lot of rumors, and I have to remain open-minded. I did do a little meditation before this because I really wanted to separate what I think of Oprah versus what shows up in the cards. I'm from the generation, we grew up in Oprah. I've been watching Oprah since I was like 12 years old after school. And, you know, she's been a bit of a light, right, in terms of people who are interested in this sort of soul work, spiritual work. I have to say, though, meditation didn't fare well. And before I probably won't talk about the meditation right now because I'll see how it fits into the reading. But yeah, I've got anxiety in my stomach over this reading. So we'll see what that means. So yeah, Oprah Winfrey. I also muscle tested a flower essence. Today it's Mimulus. And I actually found my little shortcut cards for it, so it can be present for you to have a look at it during the reading in case something drops in for you. I like when the viewers also tune into their intuition as the cards come out, because you know you might see something I don't see, so feel free to mention it in the comments. But yeah, Mimulus is about fear, blushing, stammering, shyness, timid, sensitive, lack of courage. None of those qualities seem like they're Oprah's. Fear of known things such as fear of being alone, spiders, flying, or of the dark. Shyness is also a known fear. I'm not sure where this fits into the reading right now, but I'm going to take some and trust that it's for the highest good of the reading. Maybe it's for us. Maybe it's for some people in her life that she's come across with. Also, I live in an apartment building, and it's quite noisy outside tonight, so apologies in advance if I can't edit the noises out. Yeah, so Mimulus. So for those who don't know, this series is about The Devil Wears Fame, inspired by all of the P. Diddy stuff, how celebrity is, there's a mass exodus at the moment. So today is, I think it's the 22nd of November, 2024. But I do have a second channel that's a lot lighter, so if you want to check that out, if you're, because some of these readings do have a trigger warning. But yeah, Tarot with Martina is my other channel. So yes, this is Third Eye Scoop. Just I found it necessary to sort of channel these messages because I feel like we just don't know. We just have lost faith of what's happened in the collective, and it's like the world's inverted. It's like who we used to trust, we can't trust anymore. What was good is now bad. What was bad is now good. It's so very confusing. So yeah, I'm doing about 20 celebrities at the moment. I think this is number 10 or 11. And yeah, let's see what we can learn, because these archetypes are in our they're in our line of sight for a reason, more so now than ever as well. They've certainly taken a turn. Some of these have been our childhood heroes. This is the first reading that's going to probably may trigger me. The others I was less connected to or less attached to, but yeah, Oprah's been a big deal, especially my generation. So let's begin the reading. So current energy, the gem. So we'll be looking at her energy now, her energy before she was famous, after she was famous. What's her soul contract? What karma is she working through in this lifetime? Is she working for the light or the dark? Is there hidden agendas working against her? What's her collective teaching for us? So soul contracts, the flame. Yeah, and is there any outcome that we need to be aware of? Karmic debt is the warrior. Collective teaching is the tear. There's been a lot of repeating cards in this series, which is why I'm maintaining the same cards, because it's a clue for me. The ring. The mentor. Wow, the river. The seed. And the animal. So let's just make sure that they're all in shot. I'm also going to pull out an essential oil to help me tune into the emotional component of the reading. So, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. Wow. There is like 50 cards here because I have 50 oils. This has come out 3 times. Dislodges, detoxifies, disperses negativity, fear, shackles, and pain. Crazy. There are so many overlapping energies in a lot of these readings, whether it be the same oil, the similar cards, similar position of the cards. Some of the bigger players have all been 4 or 5s. I just find that super interesting. Okay. So the first feelings I'm sort of tuning into with the gem, this is Oprah's current energy. This looks kind of dry and it's almost like kindling. And then the center of it, this nest almost, is the gem. I'm also looking at the energies around her. We have the flame. It's like she's protecting her nest egg. She's trying to protect everything she's worked for now. I think she can see a lot of possibility for it to all go up in flames. That might even tune into the whole Hawaii fires as well. It's like she's afraid that she's going to lose everything she's worked for. I feel like it's caught her off guard, and she may even feel alone in this. So I wonder what her support system around her, if she has one, or has that been backing off? I know she's been coming out to sort of rally at the elections, but it feels like no one's buying what she's selling at the moment. Her soul contract, the flame. Again, this feels like volcano energy. It's like a warning card. It's like, was she going to run too hot? Was there explosive energy? Was there going to be an explosive contract that she was here to fulfill? What was her mission? Was she able to temper that flame? Was she able to nurture it? Or could it all just be an explosive storyline on the world stage? What was she supposed to temper? Because I feel like there's a lot of rage and heat in that card. And how is she going to manifest that? Or how is it going to get manifested for her? We've got the warrior card for karma or karmic debt. This card is showing up for, I think, Jay-Z and potentially P. Diddy. When you think about the warrior, they're on the precipice, right? They're on the front line of battles. And so they live between life and death. It almost feels like quite ritualistic, this card as well. There's a sort of a dressing up for it. There's an eliteness. There's a... I kind of wonder if she was one of the first warriors in this gang, if this is where it leads to. Pre-P. Diddy, pre-Jay-Z. I see with the seed energy as well, like, was she one of the first ones to be put in this very public position? And was she a soldier for someone else? I'm hearing fire alarm sirens outside my apartment. Before she was famous, we have the ring. The ring is like this, it's about connection, right? Lack of connection, repeating cycles. It's the macro, the micro. What was she looking for outside of herself? What was she not getting? Where was her needs not getting met? It also feels a little materialistic, right? Or in search of some sort of connection. But it looks inflamed as well. It looks very raw. So I'm wondering again with this pent-up energy, this pent-up anger. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out in the reading as well. The collective teaching she's here for to teach us on the world stage is the tear. This energy feels heavy. I just dropped the card. This energy feels heavy. It feels like disappointment. It feels like betrayal. It feels like what we treasured as a solid gem, I guess, that it may have been an illusion. I almost feel like this eye actually even feels a little bit like pervasive. Yeah, surrounded by a lot of dark energy. So, yeah, we'll see where that goes in terms of collective teaching. And also here with sensitive, timid, lack of courage, shyness, it's almost like people would be afraid to stand up against Oprah anyway. I wonder what she was like as a boss. I mean, we know this the version of Oprah we saw, but it's got like Ellen DeGeneres vibes as well. And when someone's been that long in the game, I'm sure that they are a really powerful figure to even, instigate any sort of negative press or negative complaints. Or I would say she would have that stitched up quite well. We have the river. This is really about reflecting your own self-image. It does feel like it's upside down. It's almost like looking through a kaleidoscope of herself as well. She portrays this image of like a guru, right? Self-help, etc., mentor energy. And she talks a lot about her past, and she seems to be open about all of her past traumas. But when it's inflamed like this, or it's not being met in a balanced way, it comes down to that sort of hurt people. And I wonder if she has created this kaleidoscope of illusion and that might be our collective tears on the story. When we've held someone in such high regard, we can almost separate ourselves from our own true self, because we've mistrusted an energy that was so important. There could be a lot of that. I don't feel great energy with these cards with Oprah, so I'm just going to say that up front. Like, I just feel like it's like she was so able to live between these two worlds. She was able to be on the front line of trauma and mental health and mental illnesses, and but it's like she knew how to sort of bend it or muddy the water. She was able to. There's like a sludge energy, like the bottom of the riverbed. There's like a murkiness to it that's not ringing true. The seed. This is about hidden agenda or energies working around her, whether she's conscious of it or not. I feel like she has been at the center of this. Like, she kind of was an original energy. I feel like she's been around the fame game a lot longer than P. Diddy. And I feel like this is mother of pearl energy. It's like she was a leader. She was a mentor for the fame game. She knew how to orchestrate it. She knew how to create strategies, war games, manipulation. Sorry, I just hit my camera. I feel like she may be at the center of this. And there's just many, 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 many revolutions of it. It's almost like she's untouchable. Post-fame, the mentor. This is like guru energy, right? It's supposed to embrace wisdom. But do you see this like volatile fire? It's like fire in the belly, but it feels like it's actually... It feels inflamed, especially with the flame card. It's like what's been building underneath the surface of this volcano. It's like a bed of lava, but we've not been seeing that on the underbelly of Oprah. It's just been there in the background churning away, and we've just been seeing the top part of that surface of the wisdom and this like guru mentor energy. But there's a real heat of volatility, anger. It's like festery energy. And we've got the outcome card. We've got the animal. It's almost like a caged animal or a tormented animal, maybe. I wouldn't say it's like badly treated animal, because that would maintain some sort of victim compassionate side. This actually feels more like rabid, like when cornered it's going to lash out, but it might have like a terminal sickness to it. So I'm not sure what all of that means, but let's get deeper with the other decks. On one level, I'm so grateful for all of this to come out, because it's such a great lesson for all of us to learn on people that we know, and trying to compare, you know, how this all unfolds usually. Like, how do humans become, how does it end up to become this way, you know? It would be even interesting after this initial series to see some of the relationships between some of the bigger players, and yeah, see if there's any more wisdom we can glean from that. Okay, show me Oprah and the gem. Show me Oprah and the gem. Construction, builder, architect, carpenter, other. Royalty. Loss of title, direct descendant, illegitimate. You know, loss of title, it's like they're constructing their alibi, or they're constructing their future, or they're getting their, she's getting her stuff into order. She's working with lawyers, she's working with a lot of higher ups. She's cutting away what doesn't serve her. She's trying to stem the flow. She's she's designing and building her, I don't know if it's escape, because I feel like this still feels like a nest energy. She's just trying to secure her assets. She's trying to, it's like when you're preparing for a fire, like you do a lot of cleanup of any sort of debris, dry branches and stuff like that. She can't afford for this flame, even though it's cause and effect for her as well. She can't afford for this flame to touch her inner circle, or her status. She can't lit that flame, because once that happens, it's going to be like ignited. I think she's still under the illusion that she can save her reputation and her status. But she's hard at work. Show me the energy of the flame. Oprah and the flame. Imprisonment. Escaped, imprisoned, freed, imprisoner. Bottom of the deck. Banished, exiled, forced underground, disowned, shunned. To get banishment and imprisonment, it's like this was always going to be the outcome. She was supposed to fulfill it, but I think she may end up in prison. This might be part of the soul contract. It's like to raise and to rise from all that she has gone through in this life. It has to reach a point of explosiveness, it kind of almost mirrors that shape, right? There's this like apex moment in her life where it all just comes crashing down. And I think she was aware of that as a soul contract. But let's just look at this warrior energy. Show me Oprah and the warrior energy. Rise of civilization, planner, developer, dreamer, organizer. Bottom of the deck. And then another warrior, like gladiator, duelist, martial artist. It's again that energy of the flame. If she had maintained and respected the power of her contract, I feel like she abandoned mission here. I feel like she thought she could build an empire and escape this imprisonment scenario. I feel like once she got here, I think she started to plan and scheme. Kind of like that snake energy, you know. She had a different agenda when she arrived. Show me the ring energy. Oprah and the ring. Blank card. Bottom of the deck. Air disaster, asteroid bomb, plane crash. It's like something took her out early on. You know how I was saying this feels like inflamed? It almost looks like, not so much like a bullet hole, but it feels like something just, it's almost like the bloodline. It's like she had too much heat and someone in her family had too much heat. And as a consequence, it just, it's just like the bomb went off. I mean, we all know she had a rough childhood, but I feel like it left her feeling blah. Like there was no, this almost even looks like crosshairs, doesn't it? It just left her feeling emotionally bankrupt. When you're emotionally bankrupt from early on, it's so easy to close yourself off to the world and just mask and hide and conceal who you truly are, even from yourself. Show me the mentor. Show me the mentor. Oprah. Show me the mentor. Wild West. Settler, indigenous person, cowboy, other. Bottom of the deck. Poverty. Lower class. Dispossessed. Beggar. Famine. I'm getting her African school vibes here. I feel like she had to go where there was no rules, no law, where there was just the Wild West, you know, where you make your own rules. Especially with mental energy, her reputation was so perfectly intact in America and I guess the globe. But when she went under the illusion to less advantage, not only indigenous person, but you know, lower class system, famine. So yeah, I feel like she like, how else do you act out your trauma when you're Oprah Winfrey? Like, if you've come from nothing and you're dirt poor and you have like a pretty average upbringing, and you grow to her heights, how do you act out your trauma? You'd have to go somewhere far away where you may have immunity, but you also have this untouchable reputation. Show me the river. Show me the river, Oprah. We have ice age, blizzard, disaster, hypothermia, hail. We have SA, victim, bystander, perpetrator, witness. We have government, governor, advisor, court, deposer. Bottom of the deck. This card keeps showing up. Childhood trauma, kidnapped, abused, abandoned, orphaned. She thinks she's untouchable. With the river energy, where you're supposed to see your true self, but she's created this kaleidoscope of, it almost feels like misinformation and disinformation. She's completely bent her whole self-image to the opposite of what she's projecting. It's a complete illusion. And what we may come to find is it's like this ice crust on top of the water. We can't see what's happening until it thaws out. But because of this explosive energy and the heat and self-sabotage, and it's almost like melting all of this away. But she still feels she's untouchable. She feels she's shielded. And she thinks she's shielded because of this. She thinks she has immunity somewhere. But it's all linked. It's like... I feel like with the opposing government that's been elected that she was not in support of, she's going to get exposed. There's going to be a lot of exposure coming Oprah's way. Show me the seed. Show me the seed. Burned. Branding, house fire, book burning, persecution. You know, it's no bigger brand than Oprah. Her book club, I'm feeling like I'm linking into that. Like persecution, Hawaii fire. It's all been just too much. And I feel like animals... Why do I want to say burned animals? Persecution. Sure. Yeah. I think she's had a hand in everything that we suspect or is rumored to have. You know, it's so often, I don't know if you're not from the UK, but one of the biggest pedophiles that were exposed was Jimmy Savile. And he was a national hero. He was linked to the royal family. He was doing so much charity. He was... he had keys to hospitals, and there was no one that wasn't on his list of types. He perpetrated on every level, and he got away with it until he died. And it wasn't until his death that the numbers that came out of victims, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, like I think over 400. We were so deceived by the image, the public image, the connections, the audacity of being a fundraiser, sponsoring charities. And sometimes we have to ask ourselves, how do we not see it? But sometimes it's almost becoming obvious now. And I feel like when we start getting this collective lesson that even our untouchable heroes can be possibly the most devious, is when we're going to... I mean, our psyche is going to break for sure. Like, we're just going to have such a head melt over it. But when we see the illusions and the kaleidoscopes that they've put in front of us, but when we lose the spell or the brainwashing and the spell is like dispersed, there's going to be simple questions that we ask of ourselves. How does someone who has... I mean, rags to riches story is one thing, but when you're traumatized and you are a minority, I guess, in those times, and like to elevate so quickly and to be so untouchable, and yes, we want to, admire that as like she defined all the odds, but there's something missing there that just doesn't seem too simple. It seems too simplistic. I'm not sure how she was the seed to it all, or if she was one of the original seeds. I just know she's been in the game long enough and she would have been well connected. But she's definitely had a front row seat to all of this. And you know what scares me, I guess, as well? That anyone that big, think of Michael Jackson energy, think of Prince, think of Elvis, think of a lot of big names that you think are untouchable, who are mega rich, who are, they seem to meet an ending, right? No one can afford billions of dollars to be left in wills to nobodies. Someone wants to claim that money, right? Okay, show me the animal. Oprah, the animal. Judge, discrimination, sexual, social, limitation, or disease, religious. Bottom of the deck, military, Navy, Air Force, weapons, development. It's like she's no longer protected. Any sort of alibi she would have used or defense she would have used, any minority or identity politics, she can't say it's because she's a power imbalance. She can't say it's because she's a woman. Can't say it because, of her race. Like, she just doesn't have any real defense. Like, because she is so high up, and she can feel the tides turning. She can feel the ice melting. She can feel the volcano exploding. She can feel the empire crashing. She can feel the inflamed, it's like those flames are now reaching to her nest, right? She's got burned. No one wants to protect her anymore. In fact, they may be happy that someone that big might take the fall. She's not protected. For whatever reason, this is just going to play out. And I can see that Oprah, she's going to meet the law sooner than later. And this may come to fruition. Show us the Tia and Oprah. Again, blank card. Bottom of the deck. Nature worship, animalism, Druidism, pantheism. It's almost like cover your eyes to any of this worship that we do. Again, this has been a common theme. It's like worship what we know to be true: nature, animals, flowers, the earth. Like, they're the true things that we should be celebrating and putting our mental health investment into. True beauty. Just tune into shackles and pain. To have two opposing cards where we're talking about negativity, fear, shackles, and pain. And then again with the mimulus, lack of courage, timid, shyness. I feel like these are the people definitely in her wake that have crossed her path. So let's just send some love and light to them while we complete this reading. Who is with Oprah in this moment? Who is helping her construct her way out of this? Show us Oprah's energy now. Who's around her? Who's around her? Son of Swords, Four of Swords. It's so interesting, these cards. I feel like she might be surrounded by 3 people she can trust, but there's one in the camp that she can't trust. Look at this card here, Son of Swords. His eyes are on the treasure. I don't know if you can see that. He's like direct line on the money. He's the one that's going to betray her. And look at the dead bird. He's already slayed it. I don't know if this is Stedman. I think this is Stedman. There's like roses down the bottom. He's wearing a cape. I feel like he has some entitlement to the war chest. And she needs to watch her back. Someone close to her, definitely in her camp. Show me the flame and imprisonment. Show me the flame and imprisonment. 6 of discs. Bottom of the deck, Empress. Her ego is going to let her down. I feel like this is like cheetah. I know it's like leopard, but I'm getting cheetah vibes. But I'm also getting the word cheetah. Like someone's cheating her out of all of her assets, of her abundance. Whatever rose she's smelling there is not the rose or the scent of a friend. It's of a traitor. Someone's consoling her, but definitely stabbing her in the back. It's like whatever her ego has never allowed her to see before, the reflection is going to get shown straight back at her. Because though she thinks they have been solid in her camp up until now, with the 6 of discs, I'm thinking that because this is soul contract stuff, that it's like a role reversal. This is part of the karmic give and take energy. Show me the warrior and civilization. Show me the warrior. Daughter of Wands. Again with this like volcano in the back. Animal energy. Yeah, I guess she was using a lot of the elements to manifest this. What's the bottom of the deck? Ace of Swords. It feels like kaleidoscope energy again, shifting the lens. Which filter is she putting on? So she had the clarity to do this, but she had the clarity to manipulate. She had the astuteness to manipulate. But I feel like karma's a bitch. Because she didn't see this final sword. She didn't see it coming as a consequence. Show me the ring. Three of Swords. A lot of betrayal before she was famous. A lot of heartbreak. Tower moment. It's like she almost had to build her own prison on some level. She had to go to the high money, abundance, power, fame. She kept building and building and building. And then, of course, there's tall poppy syndrome there as well. But she separated herself. She thought she could work with the elements. She thought she could be in charge of powers that are far too powerful for any human. Show me the mentor. Ah? Whoa, too many. Show me the mentor. Five of Wands. And the Star card. It's kind of like what I was saying when she opened the school. It's like she was trying to heal herself through trying to save others. It's like this weird, but she healed herself at the price of the conflict of others. Like she offered freedom, hope, free from pain, potential, opportunities. But it was all an illusion as well. It's like it caused nothing but conflict. I feel like there's an eruption there of like a volcano again as well. I don't know if you can see. There was no good intention with that school in South Africa. But it gave her the star quality, right? It gave her another lens for us to believe that she was here for the highest good or working for the light. But again, it was just self-serving. And a lot of issues for others. Show us the river. Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck. Priestess of Cups. Again, there's that tower that she built, completely clouded in any sort of emotional integrity. No respect for anyone's boundaries. No respect for any of the law. No respect for any of the victims. No respect for any of the consequences. Took joy in emotional sustenance from victims that had no say, had no power. Almost like group mentality. That does look like, you know, a P. Diddy party. Ugh. Show me the seed. Show me the seed. We've got 10 of Wands. And the Lovers. I want to know more, but it feels like this is hidden agenda working against her, whether she's conscious of it or not, or participating in it or not. And you know how I said it's like a house fire, the flames are going towards the inner nest, and then we have this one sword that's out to get her, probably the Son of Swords. It seems close and personal, eye on the treasure. And with the Lovers card, I feel like it's either GAYLE or Stedman, close to home, making a choice, feeling overwhelmed and burdened by this story. And they're making that choice. There's too many bodies, too many people, too many victims, too many stories. Show me the outcome. Show me the animal, the law. The Emperor, Six of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Sorry, camera's playing up. I feel like that's Stedman's energy again, but it could also just be law enforcement. It could be the establishment. It could be, but I feel like with the magician, that almost feels like GAYLE's energy too. Maybe they're co-conspiring against Oprah, because this is like Six of Swords, but I see it in the reverse. It's like it's conspiring against her. There's forces around her. Like they're all putting their own spin on it. And I feel like instead of heading away from choppy waters, she's going straight into it. The river's coming for her. Yeah, I have to say, I feel like time's up on Oprah. I want to have 3 cards for GAYLE energy towards Oprah, and I want to have 3 cards surrounding P. Diddy freak-off parties in particular for Oprah. Before I do that, I've already missed one. I always do that. It's like the collective lesson. What are we going to learn from all of this? Snow-capped mountains. Calmed energy, more divine, leading from within the people, not above a people, understanding the connection between spirit and earth, the unity of that there's no one hero. It's a commitment with each other. It's like that river touches us all. You know, whatever we're not afraid of in the river archetype, to see our own reflection instead of putting lenses on it. Son of Discs. We understand that every drop in the collective is us. And so we need to somehow purify that water. We've got to dislodge it of all of these toxicities. We've got to get to a place where we have the courage. We're not stuck in the shackles of pain from others. Okay, 3 cards for GAYLE, 3 cards for P. Diddy connection. 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. GAYLE is out to get you. She's going to choose herself. She's not going down with you, Oprah. She's got her knives out. She knows where all the bodies are buried. The spell's broken. She's no under the illusion. Yeah, she's got all the receipts. She's got all the receipts and she's not afraid to use them. GAYLE, there's the knife. Show us P. Diddy's connection. 7 of Pentacles. Look at the 3 sevens. 2 of Swords. 8 of Swords. It's like she's got 2 choices to make. The money or her freedom. She's been complicit. She's been closing her eyes to all of the... God, it's quite childlike, isn't it? It's like... Oh. Whatever deals she brokered, whatever complicity she had, she was making money from it. She just kept piling it up, but now she's going to have to make a decision between her freedom and her money, because she knows she's failed. She totally got herself into this, and the roosters are coming to roost. God, Oprah, what a disappointment. So let's just medicate ourselves. And whoever's watching, we send love and light to all concerned. We hope that justice comes swiftly. We hope that we are all capable of having the strength to see or, stomach some of this stuff. But we have to, because it's far much more worse for the victims involved. And that's all there is to it. We stand stronger together. And the only integrity we need to have the most is our own. And You've got to hold on to it for dear life. You cannot make any small deals with any of the dark stuff. It will envelop and consume you. So let that be the lesson to all of us. Okay, Spirit, let's get some final messages for this reading. Just to close out, to end the energy. Okay, we have, you will find that it is necessary to let things go simply for the reason that they are heavy. Kind heart, fierce mind, brave spirit. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Maya Angelou, how ironic. Be interested to see what her energy is. She was the mentor for Oprah, and she was here long before Oprah. Yeah, maybe I need to put her on the list. Kind heart, fierce mind, brave spirit. That's the message for us. We need to maintain our integrity. We need to work for the light every time. We have to make the choices. Anything we see, we have to mentally take a note that we do not consent. And then we have to let go of the stuff that is too heavy. But we need to witness it. I do believe that. But, you know, we can't burden ourselves with it either. People will have their lessons. We can't rob their growth. But at the same time, we need to at least witness the lessons. You know, shed a tear if we have to. Maintain our inner light. Cleanse ourselves, purify ourselves daily. Forgive ourselves when possible. And every day make a choice for us. Do the best you can until you know better. And then when you know better, do better. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Thanks a million.